See him a beast when he hear that sound like yeah, beat on the beat when he hear that sound like woo. Yeah, bitch on the champ, only me one round like yeah, me, I'm a G-Ring.
All right, folks, fighting at Octagon 39 and straight up a pioneer, a legend in the sport of MMA in Germany, the one, the only, Martin King Kong Zawada. Martin, my man, 2 weeks out from your fight. How are you feeling?
Yeah, hey, I'm feeling very good. I'm good prepared, no injuries. I'm healthy, and now the last 2 weeks I will make less training. Easily training. The training will be not it will be shorter, and I have to watch out not to injure myself because I have so many fights, so many experience, and I'm not the youngest fighter anymore, so I have to watch out in the first line of my heels and of that I come fit and ready to the fight.
I mean, yeah, your first fight professionally was in 2003, I believe. So you've been fighting for a long time. Where did you train for this camp? Like, where is your main gym?
Now for this camp I make was we started to train. I have a lot of experience. I decided to train with all training partners, with good guys. I have one guy from bare knuckle fight. He's a pro bare knuckle fighter in MMA in Poland, but he can also he have background in ground. He can also train MMA. I have 2-3 guys who train with me since was the one 2008, and a friend of mine come back, so I trained with him in the past. I began my fight sport career with him. He helped me in the preparation. Another also guy from Serbia helped me. So we built now our own team, and they now opened his gym January the 1st, and so we have a new gym. Yeah, it looks good. I have a lot of experience. A lot of guys around me. Also, my brother was helping me in the camp a lot of with good guys. He had also good training guys and also good grapplers. So I'm ready. I'm ready in stand up and grappling. I have some experience. So we train strength conditioning. I have a good friend who give me his gym because I had when I after my last fight I split with my coach, and I had new gym, so I find my new gym, and it's more like old school gym fit for fitness. So it's I started my camp like old school, like in the beginning times, where the fighters like shoot box, no have gyms, train in garage like something. So I started to train like this, So and it was nice because it was good for my spirit, I come back like. In the old days, and I think I need it, not new gyms, like you have everything in new gym. So I train a lot of like an old school fighter and old gym, and it was good.
That's awesome, man. And I mean, you seem like you're very happy. You're in good spirits. So that's always a good sign too, coming off a camp. You said before the interview starts that after this, you're going to go train some more. Now, just another question about training camp. Obviously, we'll get into this in a minute too, but you are 9 years older than your opponent. The last time you fought somebody 9 years younger than you was, I think, back in 2015. When you're fighting somebody who is, 9 years younger than you, almost a decade younger than you, do you do anything differently to prepare for that, or is it just kind of business as usual?
Yeah, I know this opponent is younger, 9 years, so I think he's like 1 year younger than my brother. So I had my brother in this camp, so I think it was good to see how I train with my brother, my brother bring also young generation fighters, and I train also with the guys. And when I train with my brother, and I train with the guys who are younger, and they don't finish me in training, and I go toe for toe with them. So I know I'm still there. I know I can do it also. And my brother is also now preparing for PFL. So it was good spirit, and I'm ready, and I have the experience. The opponent is hungry. He challenged me for the fight, After the last fight, I retiring my career, and because I have a lot of private things, also injuries. I don't want it anymore. But after I was in OKTAGON in Frankfurt, like commentary, and the last fight wasn't so good because of injuries and other things. Not the fight. The fight, when you go in the fight, you fight. The people say only the fight, but around the fight, before the fight, are many things. and that these things don't go well, and so I was thinking about coming back to give a better fight than the last, because I cannot stop my career like last time. And when I was in Frankfurt, this guy challenged me and I accepted. Then I spoke to Oscar OKTAGON. We was managing the fight, they speaking, because I'm not the cheapest fighter, on the roster, and so we were looking where we can do the fight, and they wanted to check the money, it's okay or not okay, they managed, they wanted to speak, or we speak a long time, and yeah, we came to agreements, and I do this fight in Munich for. This is also my last fight from the contract, because my contract ended in February. So I think after the fight, we will see. We will sit to OKTAGON and we will speak. We will see how the future will look. But now I concentrate for the fight. 2 weeks. I do a lot of things. I do a lot of training. I do a lot of time invest in this camp, and I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm the fire is burning, and we will see what happens.
You kind of just answered my next question for me. I was going to say, tell me a little bit about how this fight came to be, but you just did. Octagon 39, February 11th. Alexander Poppeck called you out, said he wants the legend. So now we get the classic legend versus contender matchup, yourself versus Alexander Poppeck. Great fight. What are your thoughts on him as an opponent?
Yeah, he's a respectful guy. He when I come in the cage, he was respectful. He said, "Yeah, it's only because of sport." I said, "No problem. I congratulate him in the fight. He wins, but his opponent wasn't another class like me. The last 4 fights he had, that wasn't the opponent like me. The class. He had experience. He fight in Dana White Contender Series. He fight in PFL. He loses fight, but he had experience." He's a young guy, hungry guy. He have now 3 wins, but this wins he had is another. This guys he win last 3 fights is another level fighters. You cannot compare this to me, but the fight is a fight. We will see. He challenged me, and the challenge is different to normal fight, normal matchup, because I'm very motivated. I'm very hungry for this fight, because I wanted to show the public, my family, my kids, for my brother, and for all the communities that I'm still here. Because I know everybody saying, this guy is too old. He was good. He cannot anymore. But I know I'm 39 years old. But what I feel in training, how it's going up in sparring camps, and how I make the training, I still believe I have some fights in me, and I wanted to make a statement on Munich, especially this guy is from Munich, so I will make a statement there.
You want to shut up that home crowd, huh?
Yes, yeah, we will see, because crowd is also the people like me. I'm a normal guy. I also working, so I'm a normal guy. Also, when I win or lose, people respect me. They love me. So that's also a reason I coming back for the people, because after the last fight, a lot of people write me, "Yeah, you cannot stop fighting. We have to come back. We want to see you," because especially in the last 5 years, MMA is booming in Europe. Uh, when I was starting, MMA was nobody knows MMA. Now
Right.
it's booming, and so the people know my person. The people, and now they see that I'm a legend. A lot of fights. I can write. I can speak about my history. Especially what happened in my career. So the people are interested in this. They like me, and also that I'm working. So they see, yeah, this guy is working and he's training and he's fighting. It's different to other pro fighters. So I think the people like me. So they write me, "You have to fight. You're a cool guy."
Absolutely, man. And I mean, I keep saying you're a legend, but everybody I know, I don't know many people from Germany, but the people that I do know from Germany who are in the MMA circle I'm in, they all know your name and they all love and respect your name. So last question about your upcoming fight. I don't know if you like to do this thing or not, but I like to ask and people like to hear, do you have a prediction, an outcome for the fight?
Normally, I don't have prediction for the fights, but last Sunday we had I and my opponent was in on Octagon an interview, and he predict he will finish me in the second round. So I tell them I predict I will beat you up 3 rounds and you will give up in the third round.
Love it, dude. Absolutely love it. Everyone who's betting on the fight, take that prediction home with you and cash it. So, Martin, you know, we're talking about your very long career here, fighting since 2003. Everybody in Germany loves and respects you in the sport of MMA. Such a long and successful career, man. What is next? Okay, you get the big W here at Octagon 39. Is there anybody else you want to fight? Is there anything else you want to accomplish in your career? What's next?
Yeah, now last fight against Stefan Pütz was a big fight. I wanted to win this fight. I wanted to be a champion. Now I lose this fight, and I'm coming from 2 losses. Also in KSW, I have a big fight with Shimo Korecki. Before I beat Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is a fucking legend, man. Everybody knows Thiago Silva, and I beat
Props
him
to that
up
win,
3
bro.
rounds.
Congrats.
Yeah. And after that, I tried to get the title fight in KSW. They tell you have to win 1 fight, then come the pandemic, and then they give me Korecki, I lose. Now I lose Stefan Pütz. So I'm not thinking anymore about the title, you know. I forget the title things because I'm 39 years old, and also when I get the title fight and I will be the champion, you cannot. I don't want keep the divisions for young people, you know. When I win this fight at Octagon, we will speak with Octagon if they want me back for in this organization. If they give me a new contract, we will see. I have good connection with KSW. They hope also I come back maybe for the last fight, and we will see. We will see after this fight the opponent. You know, for me, one time a person told me in my life, and this is in my head, Martin, you cannot go down weight classes because strong people go up, you know, go up because strong people don't go down, they go up. Now we have mentality now in MMA, you have to cut weights. But for me, maybe 1 fight in heavyweight, it will be in motivation. And also fight against a legend, against a big name. So this what I will become back. But first I will care of this fight against Alex because it's a dangerous opponent. He's young, and I know he want to beat me because when he beat me, he have a good name on his record, and when he beat me, he got 2 steps up. It's normal, you know, it's MMA. But if I will win this fight, or if I make a good fight, and Octagon or other organization say, hey, Martin, you have to fight again, so we will talk, and yeah, so we will see maybe in heavyweight, or maybe fight legend against legend. We will see what the future brings, but first we will see what happened in Munich.
Hey, man, either of those sound good to me. I'm always down to watch some Martin Zawada fights. But, you know, obviously you still want to fight. And, you know, you're 39. It's not like you're an old man by any means yet. But
Yes.
have you given any thought to a career after fighting? Like, what does that look like? Do you look to coach? Do you want to have a gym of your own? What does that look like someday?
Yeah, especially a friend of mine. I told you we built up now a gym in Düsseldorf. We have UFD in Düsseldorf is a big gym, you know, with good fighters. In the past, I helped a lot to build this gym up. I was coaching there. I was also a fighter there. I train fighters like Roberto Soldic, my brother. Now they grew up to superstars, you know. But when they was kids, I show him a lot in MMA, and maybe in the future I will to do the same for another gym. Maybe for my own gym, maybe I open a gym with my brother. I don't know what the future brings, but I have also connections with good organization. I manage some fighters to get a contract with KSW or Octagon. I have good contacts. Maybe like this, we will see, you know. But for me, it's no. I don't rush with this because I work. You know, I have my work, I have my family, and I will manage it with my family, with my work. But I'm open for everything, you know. And I think I can also teach people because I have the quality, I have the experience to do that because I do it also in the past, you know.
And I mean, you're talking about your brother, who is another German MMA legend, made it to the UFC.
Yes.
most recently getting a W at Octagon 33, shared a card with you. We call him David Zawada, like they say on the UFC broadcast. They butcher that last name. What is it like having a brother who also trains and competes at the level you do? Like, what does that do for your motivation?
Yeah, especially my brother, when I see he's bringing to the UFC and I see his career, because I managed him in the fight in KSW, giving contract, so he fights for the title against Maikowski. And this was the beginning, they lose the fight, but this was the beginning of a hell of a career, because this was a step. He lose the fight, but this fight to bring him to step up. And I see then he goes through KSW, wins. Then he goes to the UFC. He had 4 fights, but very good fights. It's also he lose only two times split decision. Good guys. Yeah, it was not easy guys. Were good guys. He taps Abu Bakr in Moscow. Then he fights a close fight in America. So now he comes back, fight Octagon, wins this fight, and now he goes to PFL. So I'm proud of this. I'm proud of this, that he followed me the steps. I'm helping him where I can help him, because now he is on a level. He learned a lot, and when he needs me, I'm there. I'm his mental game part. When he needs me, it's like his old brothers in the corner. Like the brothers support each other, and this he will do with me now in Munich. He comes with me to Munich, and this is a good spirit, and this is important, and I'm very proud of this, and I'm very proud that David is my brother, and our name is very strong in the MMA community.
Absolutely. And I mean, you just mentioned PFL. I didn't hear this news yet. Is he signed with PFL? Is he doing
yes.
what's the deal with that?
Yeah, he's signed with PFL. He will fight for the $1 million tournament, in the welterweight.
That's awesome, man. Love that.
Yeah, he's signed, and we will see when is the first fight. We will see against who he will fight. But I see he had good chances to come in the last 4. And when he have luck this time, he can also. I see him winning this tournament. He have the skills, he have the experience, he have everything to win. It's not easy because 77 is a strong weight class, but MMA, you have also had a little bit luck also, and when he gets this luck this year, so maybe he will be champion there. I wish him the same, and I will support him.
And I mean, even though he's not with the UFC anymore, it was a very good stint, and his losses were split decision, very close losses. So I think that's good experience to take into PFL, and I think $1 million could be coming his way very soon. So what got both of you into MMA? How did you guys get involved in this great sport?
I started with kickboxing. After 1 year, I want to finish because I train with a Korean guy. He do every time the same training. So I was sad about it. It was boring, and I want to finish it. And then I have one of my best friends training luta livre. It was calling free fight taekwondo. This coach, I was long years with him. He was there, and he was a taekwondo guy. And it was 95. He learned luta livre. I started 99, 2000. So one guy from Brazil come to Germany, Düsseldorf, Daniel Didan, luta livre black belt, and he make music. And he showed the Düsseldorf community MMA, not MMA, show luta livre. And we had also Ralf Seger. He makes some free fight events with Holland guys. He had good connection to Bob Schreiber and the Holland community. And so the thing begins. We drive a lot. We traveled a lot to the Netherlands in the past. A lot of free fight events was in the Netherlands. So it started, and then we bring it to Germany. And my old coach Mick built a little bit events in Germany. How it started. It was like the first events, or 150, 200 people were looking at this, but it was not the best community. No. Not normal people, I told, but and now I last fight in Frankfurt, it was 10,000 people, so how this changed, so MMA changed, in KSW I fight in front of 60,000 people, so 16, so it's huge. In Europe it's becoming huge MMA, And yeah, it's great to see it. Great to see the development. And yeah, this was how it started, you know.
Last question about your brother. You are his older brother, but who wins in a fight?
Oh, yeah. You know, it's David is very good, very talented. You can, he's welterweight, but no, he goes around like heavyweight, but he's a big welterweight, yes. And we train, we give good sparring, and yeah, you know, I'm older brother. I never can hurt him so much, you know. But the sparrings are very close. I can say sometimes I win the rounds, sometimes he wins the rounds, and it's nice, you know. But training is training. But for me, we fight every time. Our sparrings, I would say, we are draw fighters, you know, draw. No, nobody winning.
That's that's a lot of respect right there. Because as an older brother, I would never say I have a draw with my little brother. I always win.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
So,
I said draw. Yeah, no, but he's now he have his time. He's 32 and he have 3 years, good years to win some good belts. And I'm you know I'm on the end of my career. You know, you have to be show it realistic to see it realistic. But I think I have some fights. This is my 48th fight, and one guy told me, Martin, you will make 50 fights. And I say, no, I don't think so. So you see now 48, so 2 more fights, I have 50 fights. My motivation is, you know, I have 29 wins. I have a lot, 17 losses, but from these losses, I in the past and decisions, I have a lot of losses that wasn't losses. You know, it was when you fight in organization where when the judges were from the organization, the referee was for the organization. They made tricks, and I cannot win. You know, so this was MMA in the past. So I think I have more than 29 wins, but in Sherdog and WG I have 29 because a lot of I will see they lies, a lot of decisions I don't lose, you know, but they make politics, you know. But my I want to see the 30, you know, on Sherdog. This is my motivation, first motivation. So I hope in 2 weeks we have the 30-0,
yeah,
3-0
man.
in my record.
Gonna get
This is
that
also
30th
motivation.
win. 30th
Yes.
win at Octagon 39. And
Yeah.
Martin, we've been talking fighting for like 20 minutes now. Enough of that. I have one more question for you, and it's about yourself, Martin, the person, when you're not Martin, the fighter. I just saw you had your firstborn son. Congratulations. You have a
Thank you
life.
very much.
Yeah, of course. You have a life outside of fighting. Tell us a little bit about that. When you're not training or fighting, if that is ever a time in your life, how do you spend your time? Do you have any like hobbies or interests?
Yes, my hobby is training because I have not so many times, but the other time I have after work is for my family. I go out with my family. I go with my daughter, with my son born now. Spend time. Now it's not easy because he's small. I have to help a lot of my wife, especially with my daughter, you know, because she's a little bit crazy because she it's new for her, everything, you know. We have a son, and before she was alone, but the time I have after training, after working, I do always with my family, you know. I spend the whole time with my family. We go vacations, or we travel to other cities. We go to meet our family members, because you know life is our parents, because life goes fast, you know. In some years you don't have penny parents anymore, and then you get older, and then the child's are older, and so now the time is you have to spend your time with your family and do everything what you can do to spend the time with them, because you know life can be short.
Absolutely, and that's a beautiful perspective. Everybody should listen to that. That's great advice. Martin, last thing here before we get out of here, I just want to give you the opportunity. You have so many friends, supporters, family, as you just mentioned, fans, you name it. Big circle supporting you at Octagon 39. Is there anything you'd like to say to everybody? The mic is yours. And if you would like, you can, of course, say something in German.
Yeah, I will do it in English first. I want to thank everybody who supports me the whole years, also that supports me here in before the fight, writes me, who likes me, who look my fights. Thank you guys. It's from bottom of my heart. That's why one of the biggest reason I coming back for you guys, because I want to show Martin Zawada from the best times, and I'm ready for this. And thank you very much. And we see each other. And stay healthy, and watch out for your families and friends, and live your life.
Love it, man. Anything in German, or is that it?
Okay. Danke an alle, die an mich glauben, die mich supporten, die immer an mir eine Seite sind, auch wenn ich verloren habe oder gewonnen, die mir immer schöne Nachrichten geschrieben haben. Das ist auch der Grund, warum ich zurückkomme, warum ich in München wieder in den Käfig steige. Für euch auch mit, für meine Familie, für meine Freunde, für alle, für diesen Support. Und ich will einfach einen super Martin Zawada an den Tag bringen, damit ihr mich in einer super Erinnerung weiter hält. Und ja, ich werde das Beste geben. Achtet auf eure Familien, verbringt die Zeit mit Familien, Freunden und lebt euer Leben.
I don't know what you just said, but I love it regardless. Martin Zawada, thank you so much for your time, man. And ladies and gentlemen, do not miss Octagon 39, February 11th. A German pioneer, a legend, the man himself is going to get back in that win column. Martin, thank you. We'll do it again, okay? Kick ass.
Thank you very much. Take care and greets to your family and friends.
Of
Bye,
course.
my friend.